Hey everybody, Valerie McSorley here with another episode of Buzzworthy from Gillette Stadium with CallFinder. Right now, we've got someone very buzzworthy in the house. We've got Meghan Dufour. She's a product manager at CallFinder, and it's awesome to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
How's the day going?
Today's going good. Very busy.
Very busy.
Hearing lots of presentations. It's exciting.
Lots of buzz.
Yeah.
Lots of buzz.
Lots of buzz, yep.
Lots of buzz. So there's a lot of buzz around your role and CallFinder right now. So you're at the intersection of client needs and innovation. So how do you go about gathering and incorporating client feedback into your roadmap? Where do you start?
Yeah, so it's really important for us to base all of our development off of client feedback because really the clients are letting us know what their needs are. So what I try to do is, get in front of clients on a common or at least a consistent basis, really. The way our company works is a bit different where we have assigned analysts to every single client. So they're also a big part of that feedback loop. So the analysts are hearing on a consistent basis what the problems are. I hop on the calls and then really we hear how difficult our clients, how difficult the request is and how that's impacting their day to day. And then really it's working with our clients to figure out what the best approach is and then see how we can get that to work for everybody and how we can really make it a valuable feature for everybody.
So you really take a very unique approach, and I've had the great pleasure to learn from different members of your team today really what that looks like. And you all have shared the same thing, that you really involve clients really deeply in that loop, in that feedback loop. So can you walk us through what that looks like just in practice?
Yeah, so I explained a little bit about, getting the feedback from the clients, but really what that comes down to is we hear a couple words from them of what the issue is, but we really need to get down to what the real issue is, how do we solve it, and what is going to make their lives easier. It's not about making our lives easier, it's about doing that for the clients. So really a lot of that is that feedback loop. The way we've done some of our recent features is getting in front of the client, kind of presenting to them what our thoughts are or ways to solve the issue, hearing their feedback, and then really going forward with a path. And then it's really weighing out the amount of time it's going to take, when the clients need it for, and then that kind of prioritizes our roadmap depending on how many clients are having a similar issue. So it's really a balancing act.
You have such a consultative approach, and I love that everyone gets their own analysts, and you get a team of consultants wrapped around their organization, and I really, really love that. And I know you've got a big launch this year in terms of your new coaching module. So what was really the inspiration behind building that, and what kind of impact has it had so far?
Yeah, so each year I try to at least talk to all of the clients or people we work with and get a list of not just things that they're expecting a resolution quickly. I try to get just what is your day-to-day, not that they're asking us to solve every problem, but really trying to get feedback on what the issues are operationally as well, not just for the agents. So what was highlighted year after year is there's no communication loop or a way to hold people accountable for whether they're doing things, or, you can provide feedback to an agent, but what we were hearing was that email goes to them and there's no loop, but they don't know necessarily that it was read or whether or not they agree with it. So a lot of that, and just being able to give that feedback to people and have it be available in our site was super valuable. So that's really what we started, is ways to identify problem calls. So, we already do that when we score things automatically, but really honing in on those specific calls and then finding ways to coach your agents on that. And what we did, which is actually one of my favorite parts of the feature, is actually being able to go into the call and actually identify where in the call the issue is. So we can actually tag a part of the audio or the transcript and apply a note there that says, you missed this, or this is not the proper way to say things. So that was one of the features that we reached out. So the feedback we get from all of our clients is not everyone said, we need coaching. It was, here's the issues we're having. And for us, that is what coaching is. And
Right.
so we implemented every little request we received and kind of put that together for our coaching feature. It's very exciting.
Right. So, and I mean, without that, those insights don't really mean too much without having a way to make it better, right? So
Exactly.
you want to have that continuous improvement,
Yeah.
that feedback loop, and ways for them to, take the insights that your tool provides into action.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And we're very fortunate that a lot of our clients want to work with us to make the software better and more for what they need. So really, we wouldn't have been able to do it without that feedback, but also it's just as we were moving along the project, finding ways that clients can clarify operations at a call center for us was also helpful because no one is the same. So it's really hearing from multiple people and trying to see what we can do that's going to be the best for everybody.
So, a little birdie told me that you're working on a new feature called Topic Discovery. So, what will this tool do? Can you maybe have a little teaser about what this new tool is going to do for you and how it's going to help clients get even more value out of their call data?
Yes. So, with being able to just have a score of your stuff, we can give you information as to this is a good call, this is a negative call, but we're not able to tell people what's in their calls without them knowing ahead of time. This is what I want to look for in a call. Okay. That's how we set up our scorecard. So really, with topic discovery, we're going to be searching through every single phone call just as we do already, but instead we're going to be finding outliers in those calls. So what are some topics or things that maybe you're not searching for currently that you need to be addressing? So ways to say, cancellations are common. We've seen an uptick in cancellations. You can be able to go to topic discovery and say, oh, that's not even something that was on our radar, but this is being said often. So maybe that's something we need to look into. And what we want to do with this is not only identify this is what's being said, but then highlight those calls for you so that we can say these calls are talking about this topic and those are the ones that need addressing. So that's going to tie nicely into the coaching module as well, because we're already identifying calls there that might need opportunities for coaching. So it'll all tie together, but it's exciting. It's something new we're doing.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's going to be a nice layered approach too, and solving a lot of needs for your clients.
Tell people what's in their audio without them having to search for it.
Right. Awesome. And then I understand again because this little birdie was chirping up with me a little bit, and we had a great conversation. And she shared that later this year you're going to be launching AI enhancements for some of these coaching and topic training modules. So in your role in developing all that, you seem like you're so excited about these pieces, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Is that really what drives you?
The AI part of it or the development?
The bringing together the right solution. Like, are you excited about bringing AI to this tool?
I am, because I like to solve a problem. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we didn't know there was a problem until it was told to us, but bringing the AI into this, the first phase of coaching is very manual. It's, you can create a task, you can assign it to someone. The automated portion is we're going to identify those opportunities for you and potentially do the assigning for that user. So really someone can log into the site and hopefully just say, there's already the task created. Now I just need to review agent performance as far as coaching. So we're hoping it takes some of the manual work and the time out of the job of our supervisors or users that are using it.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a very dynamic tool with a lot of great functionality and enhancing the overall operations. So, okay. One last question for you, and this has been a lot of fun this afternoon. What's the one thing you wish more people understood about product management from a client-focused perspective?
Time.
Oh, don't we all wish we had more time?
Exactly. So just the amount of time it takes to put, something simple together. There's just so many
process. Takes 5 minutes. I always say that.
Yeah. So there's so many steps to the development process, and to do it well, it can take a little bit longer. So the features, we are releasing them as they go, but to make them really valuable to a client and not just something that seems fluffy and pretty, it takes time and a lot of work on the back end. So that's why it takes a bit longer. More so too, because we want to hear from the clients that we're on the right path before we release it. So that takes a lot of meetings and just, feedback from them, which just takes time.
Well, I love your hands-on approach. I love the way that you take such good care of your clients, and obviously the results are there. And it's been really fun talking with you today.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.